तो कुल मिला के अगर आप इस जर्नलिज्म में प्रोफेशनली जर्नलिज्म करते हैं, अगर खबरों को ट्विस्ट नहीं करते, खबरों के साथ बेईमानी नहीं करते, तो एकमात्र प्रोफेशन ये जर्नलिज्म रह गया है कि आपके अनुभव जो जो बढ़ते जाएंगे आप नकारा होते जाएंगे, आपकी अहमियत कम होती जाएगी और जो जो आप दलाली करेंगे आप ऊपर उठते चले जाएंगे। और ये राजदीप सरदेसाई, आशुतोष गुप्ता और नाम लीजिए, ये उस दलाल का पाठ है। नहीं तो मतलब मैं निजी तौर पर ये आरोप लगाना मत कहिए, एक उदाहरण के रूप में देखिए कि 52 करोड़ का बंगलो राजदीप सरदेसाई कैसे एक जर्नलिस्ट की हैसियत से ये साउथ एक्सटेंशन में खरीदता है। क्या कोई जर्नलिस्ट खरीद सकता है 52 करोड़ का बंगलो?
The big question, do self-styled godmen have any immunity from law? Subramanian Swamy, leader of the BJP and someone who's defended Asaram Bapu, at least on social media, is joining us, and Vrinda Grover, human rights lawyer who's taken up several cases involving sexual crimes against women, joins us. Appreciate both of you joining us. Subramanian Swamy, Asaram Bapu booked under section 376, 342, 506, 509 of the IPC, section 8 of the Prevention of Children from Sexual Offences Act, section 23 and 26 of the Juvenile Justice Act. Serious charges. In any other case, he would have been asked to join, any other individual would have been at least asked to join investigations right away, if not arrested based on this kind of an FIR. On the other hand, you've got Asaram Bapu virtually saying that he will not even go and join the investigations, and he's been given 5 days to virtually travel across the country. How do you explain this? Is he getting benefits which no other individual would get?
Well, that you should ask the Congress government in Rajasthan.
Yes.
The police is giving it, and he's taking it. I am more concerned about whether this kind of witch hunts that we saw in the case of the Shankaracharya of Kanchi, which has ended up in a damn squib where he was accused of murder, and now the whole thing has fizzled out, and there's no one to explain the damage done to the religious institution.
No, but the fact is, you and other BJP leaders have already said that Asaram Bapu is innocent. That has been the tenor of the statements, whether it's Uma Bharti, whether it is Sushma Swaraj, whether it is Subramanian Swamy, including your tweet, Dr. Swamy. Has any media anchor seen the police report on Asaram Bapu? Does it allege rape? The fact is, it alleges sexual harassment. So let's be clear.
Well, first of all, you see, you can surmise what you want.
Yes.
I have not said that he is innocent or guilty.
Yes.
I only asked what the FIR says. It is you who is acting the role of a prosecutor through the media, and you have to do the explaining. On what basis you say that he is guilty?
Okay.
He is there is an FIR. The FIR originally, your media was saying that he committed rape. Now the FIR doesn't say that.
The belief is that the FIR has been diluted under pressure. The belief is that the FIR...
I don't know. Well, that you have to ask the Congress government. You ask Ms. Sonia Gandhi about it.
No, hold on.
You can't.
Let me just for a moment bring in Vrinda Grover. Vrinda Grover, the implication of what the likes of Dr. Swamy have been suggesting in the BJP is there's a media trial going on. That Asaram Bapu is being subject to a media trial. That's the broad argument that they keep making. He's innocent till proven guilty. How do you respond to that when women's groups are now calling for his arrest, saying that there are different standards for an Asaram Bapu and for others?
Well, quite to the contrary. I think it is only because the media has highlighted the case. It is only because the media is showing how across the political spectrum they are playing, the police is being differential. The Congress is pussyfooting around Asaram, and people like Subramanian Swamy and Uma Bharti are openly holding cudgels for him. Only because of that is there still pressure to arrest him. Let me clarify for everyone. Under Article 14 of the Indian Constitution, there is equality before the law. No one, and it is very, very essential in a country as diverse, as hierarchical as India. Whether you are a political personality, you are a public servant, you are an ordinary citizen, you claim to be some kind of a godman, whoever you are a police officer. If you have committed sexual assault, if you have committed a crime, you need to be arrested. If the FIR is saying 376 means rape, therefore an arrest is required. I do not understand what are these summons being given to him to join investigation. If there was anybody else, he would have been arrested and taken in by now.
Vrinda Grover, the Subramanian Swamy says arrest on a FIR or court summons is not compulsory according to Supreme Court judgments. How do you respond to that?
Yes, that's right. She
The
she
same
should know
Supreme
that.
Court,
Yes.
the same Supreme Court has repeatedly said, and that too just in today's newspaper it was reported, that in crimes against women, in sexual violence against women, in rape cases, the courts have to show no leniency. Yes, in certain kinds of cases you may not arrest. This man, Asaram, and his clan is actually using the media to now malign the girl, call her names, malign the family, put out all kinds of people to show that he is innocent. That is how he is manipulating the media and using this opportunity. 4 cases of rape, it is very clear, and that is exactly what the police is required to do, particularly after Criminal Law Amendment Act. You must arrest this man immediately.
Dr. Swamy, respond to that, because you are the one who has said today on social media, arrest on a FIR or court summons is not compulsory according to Supreme Court judgments. Can you tell us which is the Supreme Court judgment when someone is being charged with a crime like rape, that he or she should not be arrested, that he should not be arrested right away?
Yeah, I'll be happy to educate you.
Yes.
Now, please ask her to.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
There is a 1994 case called the Joginder Kumar case, and there is a D.K. Basu case of 1998.
Yes.
Both have laid down the law that the power to arrest doesn't mean the police has to exercise the power. They have to take into account whether the person would disappear, whether he would be committing the same crime again, a number of other things. So they have laid down the criteria on a very special case. These things, it's the police which has come to this conclusion that they shouldn't arrest him. And this is not my government, this is the Congress government. So
nobody is saying that the Gehlot government, nobody is saying the Gehlot government in Rajasthan doesn't have questions to answer.
Yeah, of course. So that's how you should have started. I am only saying that Mr. Asaram Bapu has his own rights. You may quote Article 14, and that, by the way, she is not accurately quoted. There are other judgments which show that it is only equality between equals, not between equality between unequals, but I don't want to get into it. There is also an article which says you can't be deprived of your freedom except in the due process of law. Who's going to decide the due process of law? Some of these Naxalite NGO types can't decide.
No, hold on.
It has to be decided by the police.
Let's not call anyone who differs with you a Naxalite, but Vrinda Grover respond.
Well, that's what she did. You didn't stop her. You're stopping me. You should have stopped her. When she said, I'm going around defending him. Where am I going around defending him? I am only saying he has rights. Okay. And I'm defending his rights on that.
Let Vrinda Grover respond. I don't want any personal allegations on both sides. Yes, go ahead, Vrinda Grover.
There is no personal allegation. Okay. Being a Naxalite is not a personal allegation.
Okay, 1 minute. Let Vrinda please respond.
In this case, his arrest is required because the father of the girl, the girl herself, in her first statement has clearly said that she was told, she was threatened, she was intimidated. In fact, one of the sections invoked, which was read out by you, section 342, is criminal intimidation. The father has said that he has received threatening phone calls. The son has openly and publicly called the girl names by calling her all kinds of things. Clearly, there is an attempt to threaten and intimidate. There is an attempt to overawe. Asaram is not an ordinary man. He enjoys both political patronage as well as he is capable of using his following to his advantage to manipulate the situation. There is a lookout notice which is being put out by the police. The police clearly apprehends that he may try and escape the country. Let us also recall that this is not the first time that such a charge has been made. In his ashram, dead bodies of 2 boys was found behind his ashram. That particular inquiry report by a former judge is still awaited. It has been given to the Gujarat government. The Gujarat government has not made it public. Asaram also made very, very condemnable statements post December 16th. The way he is now talking is also clear that he is going to interfere and is obstructing the course of justice. This is perhaps the fittest case for arrest so that this case may proceed and that girl and her family require immediate protection.
You know, Dr. Swamy, you know, the worry is the manner in which even Asaram Bapu and his supporters and even politicians have reacted to this case. You know, it's almost that because you are some kind of a spiritual guru, dare I say self-styled spiritual guru, you couldn't have done something like this. You can go and damn the girl, damn the girl's family and get away with it, Dr. Swamy. Surely, as Vrinda Grover rightly said, this is a fit case where an example needs to be made that the powerful won't get away. It's one thing to arrest the people in a Mumbai gang rape, and it's another thing to be able to touch an Asaram Bapu. Let him prove himself in a court of law.
She may have satisfied you, but she is not the prosecuting authority.
Yes.
The prosecuting authority has thought otherwise. So
there is every reason to believe with due apologies that the prosecuting authority may be under pressure.
But under pressure of whom? Not of the opposition, not of me and Uma Bharati.
No, of Asaram Bapu.
He is under pressure of you
Asaram
people.
Bapu. He has links with Congress governments and BJP government.
Why should? Well, now you are coming to the core point. Why should the Congress party, which is committed to secularism, be so worried about a sadhu? I know that in the case of the Shankaracharya of Kanchi, the same cacophony was heard, and the man was arrested. He was put in jail with common criminals. Today the whole trial has collapsed. Who is going to pay for all the pain that he was put through? Just because you people sit around and decide. There is a legal system. The authority is being given to the police.
Yes.
There is a criminal procedure code. The media doesn't have a separate criminal procedure code.
Can I give
the criminal procedure code passed by Parliament
is
being followed, and the person to decide is this. If anyone has a grievance, let them go to the High Court and say, what is this going on? I do that all the time. I saw that even in the Nirbhai case. All turned up in India Gate, but when it came to prosecuting the case, they disappeared. I had to go to the Supreme Court to revive that matter.
Can I get Vrinda Grover then to give a final word? Vrinda Grover, has the time come therefore to await what the court does, what the Jodhpur police does, before we decide whether Asaram is guilty or innocent? That we need to give even an Asaram Bapu the due process of law. That he also needs to get the benefit of the due process of law. This is what his supporters like Dr. Swamy seem to be suggesting at the moment. That he must be given the benefit of the due process of law. Final word to you, ma'am.
I do not think I have at all during this show said that he is guilty. I have said arrest him in order to allow the investigation to continue without anybody overwhelming it, which clearly is what is being done. The family has so stated. This is not a BJP Congress fight. The Congress government may very well also be under the influence of certain people who are pulling strings on behalf of Asaram.
Yes.
I do not stand here to settle scores between the Congress and BJP. And in any case, this case should actually, it should not be 376. It should be a section under POCSO. This girl is not a woman. She's under 18 years of age. It's a very strict law brought in 2012. There is absolutely no reason to allow this man to go scot-free in this manner. He should be arrested. Sections under POCSO need to be invoked, in which case there will be a shifting of burden of proof, a law passed by the Indian Parliament. Let that due process begin, and let me remind, there have been many others like Swami Shraddhanand who has been convicted of rape. There are many such so-called godmen who are running dens of crime where there is sexual exploitation taking place. We should not allow the signal to go that if it is men in positions who enjoy political patronage, crimes against women then will not be taken seriously. Let us hear political parties call for immediate arrest and strict action against Asaram.
Okay, make Asaram as an example is what Vrinda Grover seems to be suggesting. Subramanian Swamy saying, give him the benefit of the due process of law, don't arrest him immediately and have faith in the police authorities. 2 points of view, as always, here on our face-off. Subramanian Swamy, Vrinda Grover, appreciate your joining us. We'll see what happens to Asaram Bapu when he appears before the Jodhpur police, hopefully on the 30th of the month.
Welcome, Karan. I'm not going to waste time introducing you. Anyone watching this knows you. So we'll just get right to it. A politician who should really know what he's talking about and was in a position to know since he was in charge of that ministry said to me once that you have handlers in Pakistan. And when one reads your articles related to Pakistan...
What's a handler?
Handler is somebody who's telling you what to do, what to write. Obviously, you know what a handler is. Don't play innocent on me. When Mumbai siege was going on, there were handlers.
I thought handlers were what spies had to tell them what to do. So are you suggesting I'm a Pakistani spy?
This is what this person, a politician, said to me, that you, not that you're a spy.
And you believed it.
But that you push their agenda. And when you reach...
You believe it?
It's possible, because when you read, for example, July 25th, 2010, your article on Pakistan and India relations, the whole article is presenting Islamabad's point of view, not Indian, and not even considering it.
Okay. If you believe it and think
I'm
it's a credible
you.
comment, well, you obviously think it's a credible comment worth asking,
yes,
rather than dismissing. So the truth of the matter is, no, I'm not a Pakistani spy.
No, you're not a spy. I asked you whether you're pushing Pakistan's agenda, because most of your articles are written from a Pakistani point of view, their point of view, the Islamabad's point of view.
I have never met anyone who has made that comment to me before you did. I've never had anyone ask me if I have handlers in Pakistan, as you suspect I do, because obviously you think it's worth asking. I don't think I've ever written anything that gives that impression.
You know, if you lead an insular life and people don't come up to you and say what a lot of people talk about, and if you read the blogs and if you read comments on your articles, you would see that
people think I'm a Pakistani spy.
I never said that. I said that you push Pakistan's agenda. There's a big difference between spy. I don't think you could be a spy, but I do think that there have been incidents, particularly you're driving Ashraf to Advani, which has been, okay, you have your contacts, fine, from your parents' time, fine. The point is that your articles particularly show a marked Pakistani point of view.
Well, I'm surprised you say that, but I'm sure there may be others who feel the same thing too. I don't think they show a marked Pakistani point of view. From time to time, certainly my articles present a Pakistani point of view, because I think as Indians we ought to be aware of it.
Now, your interview with Kapil Sibal on Devil's Advocate, you must have seen the comments on all that.
No, I haven't seen the comments.
Where there were a lot of comments on how you let him get away with everything, and whatever statement he made, you didn't really play the Devil's Advocate in that interview.
Viewers have a right to that view.
Yeah, but there were points where you actually helped him. You know, I mean...